Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
It's December and I want it to snow on my computer screen, kind of like this. So every day until the 24th, I'm going to code on my program here and make the snow better and better. So far, I've actually got almost what I want. I have 300 snowflakes all around the screen. They're different sizes, they move at different speed, but the problem is they are moving way too slow, and even the fast ones are just jumping, jump. So there is some performance issues, and I'm going to look into that today. And I'm going to use, in the browser here, this performance tool. It allows you to create a recording of what happens in the browser, so you can dig deep into what actually takes the most performance. It's an extremely powerful tool, and we're only going to brush in on it. But let's just try. I create a recording. I just need a few seconds here. And then it creates a profile for me. This is what I've got. This is my recording of everything. And we can see here, it kind of gives me this idea that I use. This part is scripting, that's my JavaScript, and this huge chunk is rendering, that is just positioning things on the screen, and then the last part here is actually painting the screen. So I do spend a lot of time on rendering. I can zoom in here to part of it, just let's see what's going on. And I can actually, maybe I could zoom in a bit more. I can see here for every single thing I have a performance bottleneck. It says forced reflow is likely a performance. What is forced reflow? It actually gives me a link. Avoid large complex layouts and layout trashing. And I was thinking everything is absolutely positioned, so why should there be layout? But it says here, layout is where the browser figures out the geometric information for elements, their size and location in each page. Make a note here, where the browser figures out. So it isn't when I actually create a layout, it's when the browser has to figure out a layout. And it's called Reflow in Firefox. So it's a forced reflow is like a forced relayout. We have to calculate the layout. And that happens for some reason a lot in my program. I have to calculate a layout. And I can see here, I can ask it, it says that's on line 40. And I can even see this is the thing, client height, that asks for size in the layout. So it creates a new layout. So this line gives me a lot. You see, it's the same, it's every single time. It's actually happens 300 times in each frame. Oh, so that's a bad idea. Let's just move it out. Let's just move it up here before the for loop here. Now it happens once in every frame. Whoa, it already went way faster here. Let's just try and create a new and now see, we still have the yellow part, but the purple part is much smaller, and we don't have all, we do have some warnings here. Here, recalculate style, forced reflow is likely a bottleneck. Where is that? In line 24. And the reset function, yes, of course, that's also gets called. But I'm thinking, these client width and client height, they don't really change. They only change when I change the size of the page. So I should move them way out. Move them way up here. I have max X, and then I have this. I have to call it max Y. Let's move that out. Like this. Then I create them once outside every loop. So if I create a new performance measurement now, I'll just clear this and create a new one. I just have to do another recording without my screen recording software running, because it turned out that the screen recording hindered my performance a lot. But still, I have rendering is almost 2000 milliseconds and scripting is almost 900 milliseconds. So rendering is twice as much as scripting and not as before, like 4 times as much. And we can actually see the painting now. So this is a good thing. And also we can look in here in the frames. We can see each frame and see our frame rate. We have 59 frames per second, 59, 60, 63, 63, 71, 19, 40. We have very, very varying frame rate. And that might explain some of the not so smooth here. Some of them, they're speeding up and slowing down. So I think my next issue is to make sure that this calculation, this move here, actually respects the frame rate. However, before that, I want to try something. I've heard that using top and left is actually slower than using transform. So if I instead used, or not transform, translate. So if I used flakes I dot that would be dot style dot transform would be equal to translate, and then we would have the x position, that would be xpos I, and we have to remember the pixels, not ox but px, and the comma, and the y position, and once again remember the pixels. If this could be faster than this, so I just have to uncomment here, and then I have to make sure that I don't set their position anywhere. Get rid of this. And in the CSS, just make sure that they are, all the snowflakes are at position 0. See, how does that work? Oh yeah, of course, now the size doesn't work, but how does the performance run? Before I had like twice. Let's see. I record for a couple of seconds. Looks like it's the same. Kind of 700, 1500. There isn't really any time saved or spent. So also I don't see a difference. I don't even know how to measure. Is my frame rate, is that the still fluctuating all over the place? I do think a lot of this is because of my screen recording. Okay, so that did not make any difference. I'm going to recomment this and uncomment this. And then, yeah. Yes, I'm pretty okay with this. I think I'm going to commit. Fix performance issues. Then I just need to address the varying frame rate. That'll be tomorrow. See ya then.